It is 8:40 right now. In October, John Glenn returned to space, making him the oldest man ever to accomplish such a feat. And I was lucky enough to witness the event myself and got to meet some incredibly interesting people. Along with photographer Dale Lutz, I got to talk with former astronaut Buzz Aldrin, news legend Walter Cronkite. See, there's Dale on the far left and Buzz in the middle, and Walter Cronkite. Wow, that was really cool on the right-hand side. And I also got to meet our next guest, Robert McMillan, a NASA expert. And I was so interested in what he was doing down there. I asked him to come on the show. And Bob, I was so happy that you agreed to come on the show.
My pleasure.
Now, why were you there? What were you doing there covering the event?
Well, I have a background in television. You have to excuse my voice.
I think we both have the same thing. That's fine.
I have a background in television, and I decided to make a program devoted to space flight. And so me and a good friend of mine, Rick Reardon, he's my camera operator, we go down and cover the launches. And we also interview astronauts and tour the facilities and do special interest stories like on preparation of space food and that type of thing. And it's been real popular. We've been doing it about 4 years now.
Right, and you go to different schools in your spacesuit and bring this cool video and all of these great little props and stuff like that and educate kids on the space program. And how was it received? Oh,
it's great. The kids are really excited about space. I mean, I love teaching, and I think that possibly the kids don't get enough information through the normal media channels, and so I can come out as sort of like a person who's involved with the program and can tell them what's going on with the space program currently and what our future plans are for space.
And you sent me some video that we've been showing all day today about the microgravity thing.
Oh, that was very exciting.
Explain what we're seeing right here.
Well, here I am. I'm testing a top. You can see how it spins. And here is, well, kind of a messy way to drink water in space. It sort of just floats there with no gravity. Just put a little pressure in the bottle, and you sort of, you just have to float over and meet up with it. It was kind of a messy way to drink water, but more interesting, I think.
Yeah, Pat Barry wanted to know if you ever tried to drink beer that way.
Actually, I don't drink beer, but I imagine it would do the same, thing. You can see negotiating here without gravity. This was my, my imitation of Superman. I figure I can't do that down here on Earth, so I just fly along. Actually, the experience was very pleasurable for me. There were some astronauts aboard the airplane that got sick. I told them I would not reveal who they were. Yeah? But it's a real neat experience. It's more or less like floating in water, but of course there's no water.
Awesome. And on all those little props that you brought right there, tell us the history. Tell us about that.
Well, I got the 6th graders at Mount Healthy High School, which is where I teach, and told them to think of some projects, some toys that they might like to try the action of without gravity. So I got all these different possibilities, and I could only take like 20 of them. But I went up, tested them out with 0 gravity, and came back and reported. And it's amazing to see how a lot of the toys that kids play with are dependent on gravity. They just do not work out in space or when there's no gravity.
Tell us what you have here.
Well, I brought a couple of things. First of all, this is a piece of gingerbread that was flown on the Mir space station with the Russian astronauts. Apparently it wasn't eaten, and it was brought back. I haven't tried it. It looks like it's a little got a little bit hard.
It looks a little
over time.
Bad, Bob, is what it looks.
But the fact that it was flown on the Mir space station makes it kind of
very cool.
Kind of unique.
Yeah.
What our astronauts take up is more something like this. This is a dinner, typical dinner, where you have peas here and a chicken and rice mixture. And what the astronauts do is in the galley, which is on the middeck, they have a device where they can inject hot or cold water. And then they mix it up with that. And I'm sure it's not like eating at a restaurant, but this has to be prepared specially for the astronauts to prevent contamination, because they don't want the astronauts to get sick in space. I mean, getting sick here on Earth is bad enough, but in space it could be fatal.
Great, and show me what this was earlier, because we were playing with this thing.
Right, this is an EVA space glove. This is what the astronauts wear to take spacewalks, to repair the Hubble Space Telescope, to launch satellites. Right now they're building the International Space Station, and they're using gloves very similar to these. The fingertips have heaters in them to keep their fingers warm, because it's like minus 250 degrees in space.
Awesome.